Hi, I'm Todd Nash, President of the Oregon Cattlemen's Association. Want to give an update here. The first thing I wanted to give a thanks to Senator Wyden. He co-sponsored the Cattle Price Discovery and Transparency Act, bipartisan supported within the Senate. Deb Fisher from Nebraska, Republican there, and Senator Grassley from Kansas. Both sponsored this bill as well as Democrat Tester from Montana. So it had some broad support. Isn't universally supported throughout the cattle industry, be really honest about that. But what the act does is it forces some of the packers to go back out and bid for cattle in the live market arena. And we've been lacking some of that. This mostly secures that we won't see it diminish to nothing. And we don't have true price discovery if we don't have honest bids out in an open arena there. So anyway, this is a bill that supports that. There's a few other things in there that some reporting that will give us a better idea of what's taking place at a faster pace. So anyway, I appreciate again Senator Wyden co-sponsoring that here from Oregon. We asked him to do that, and he did. Western Resources Legal Center. On to the next subject. We partner with Western Resources Legal Center and help to fund that program, and it's a great program. If you don't know about it, they're there at Lewis and Clark College, and Caroline Lobdell, Tate Jessison, they worked on a lawsuit that came up here recently. The Oregon Natural Desert Association, known as ONDA, they litigated against 6 pastures in Southern Oregon on the Cahill Ranch on BLM. They used mostly the sage grouse as the vector for the lawsuit. And Western Resources Legal Center, along with BLM, was able to defend that. They won on every principle, and the Cahills have their permit back in good standing, and that's a great victory there. And we really appreciate that partnership that we have with them. They're also within that program. They're training up young adults there, going through that program to help defend us natural resource users, and it's a great place to throw a little extra money if you happen to have a little extra. Cattle PAC, and so we're getting into the legislative season here, where campaigns are going into full swing, and so we have a cattle PAC event that is put on in Central Oregon. Mark Malott, very gracious to have us be able to host that on his ranch, and we raise a considerable amount of money there, and we place some money in primary campaigns that have been contested, and those individuals that have been good partners with Oregon Cattlemen's, we want to recognize that, help them in their campaigns, and hope they're successful and going into the future. So, you know, a lot of these campaigns run into the hundreds of thousands of dollars to defend their seat or to try to vie for a new position there in the legislature, and whether we agree with it or not, how expensive they are, it's just the fact of doing business, and we want to be there to support those good partners. Butcher cows, I don't know if you guys have been to the sale yard lately, but the butcher cow prices are up considerably. Took some in last week, and they were all in the 90-cent range, from different age classes to different weights, and you know, it looks like we may be shaping up to go into another drought. We've seen drought where prices of cattle have been down considerably, and at least they've come up a little bit to where I think we need to, and I don't want to speak for everybody, but need to assess going into this next summer and next hay season, those cows that are really truly productive, those that are marginal, and those that just need to go. And this is a good time to maybe assess that. But, each of you manage your own and do a better job of it than what I ever could. USDA came out this week and said that they're going to throw a little bit more money at Western United States that suffered drought and some of those consequences. The way I understand it, it's going to be nothing that we have to apply for. If you received some of those payments before, it's going to be automatically coming your way. Lastly, I'll wrap up. Wolf compensation, talked about that before. We were unsuccessful in getting the bill that Bobby Levy put forward to fund an additional $1 million into that. But we had been successful the year before in getting a little bit more money thrown at that. And so this first tranche of applications that came through the counties, they were able to fully fund all of the confirmed and probable kills. They were able to fully fund the ask that came through the counties for non-lethal support and deterrence. And they were able to pay for half of the missing livestock. With that said, I will say that there is less participation than there probably should be. The missing claims are still challenged and put on the back burner, and that isn't the way that the program was set up to begin with. Those are true losses, and I think we need to reassess how we look at the compensation program. One thing that I was on a call earlier last week in Wyoming's program, if you have one calf that's killed and confirmed, that calf gets paid at a 7-to-1 rate. So you get paid 7 times the amount. And that's probably a pretty fair assessment of where we need to be at. Also, that money comes out of their wildlife and fish program rather than ODA, and rather than the state trying to fund that. It comes directly from there, and Wildlife Services does the investigations. And so you have a separation there. Here, we have one agency that's responsible for conserving and propagating the population. They're also set themselves up as the investigators and determining where is a known wolf area, what is a confirmed kill, what's a probable, and what doesn't classify at all. And then they're also the ones that are going to lethal take. And as we all know, those consolidations of decisions never work out well, and they haven't for us. So that wraps it up for me, Robin, this week.